What's up, people, and welcome to, I guess, kind of a hype up video for The Walking Dead Season 2, although it doesn't really need a whole lot of hype, because I'm pretty sure everyone has been waiting for this ever since it probably got announced. So, yeah, The Walking Dead Season 2. The reason I'm making this video actually is before actually playing the game, which will be available from 1 day, 5 hours from now, as of this moment. I just wanted to talk about a couple of things, mainly just what happened in last season, how I feel, just the choices that they make or which direction season 2 could go, etc., and just about our awesome Clementine in general. So, season 2, I recommend before actually watching this to pause the video, and I'll link the trailers below. You should watch those. I don't think I can actually show them in this video. So season 2, where season 2 starts, I believe it's kind of time, a little bit of time has passed since the last occurrence of season 1, since the ending of it, where the main character which you were playing, Lee, dies. I suppose it was a choice whether you just kill him or let him turn and return as a walker, but yeah, I don't feel like Clementine already saw her parents as walkers, and that must have been hard for her already. And having the person, Lee, who pretty much protected her, who was her guardian angel during this entire story of episode 1, or season 1 rather, to have him turn as well and then maybe even come after her as a zombie, that would be very, I just feel like that would be very devastating for her. Whereas sure, she had to actually kill Lee, but it is something that he both wanted. It is something that where she feels like if she has done that, if she has overcome that, where she had to actually kill the person that protected her this entire time, if she's able to do that, then it would just make her a lot stronger for what's to come. It would make, like, if, for example, it would make killing a zombie, just a regular walker, a lot easier for her, just emotionally. Let's see what it actually says here. The Walking Dead Season 2 continues the story of Clementine, a young girl orphaned by the undead apocalypse. Left to fend for herself, she has been forced to learn how to survive in a world gone mad. So yeah, she is all alone. I believe at the end also, you could kind of give her advice, last words as Lee. And I told her, keep your hair short, which I hope she will do. And also to look for Omid and Krista, because I believe I don't know whether it was episode 4 of season 1 or 5, but Krista showed a particular interest towards Clementine. Just, she felt that she needed some sort of, not necessarily a mother figure in her life, but just a woman that she can look up to, because sure, she's being forced to grow up really quickly because of the world that they live in. She still, as a child, you kind of look up to certain figures, in your life. You role models, for example, for almost every single child in a normal environment would be usually their father and their mother. So yeah, she didn't have that, especially now. She's just off on herself. And she probably learned a whole lot, especially, I don't think this continues immediately the second after season 1 has ended. Some time has passed, so she already has survived on her own for quite a while. And yeah, during these screenshots you just kind of see her. Here she's being chased by a zombie, which kind of looks like the guy, Vernon, that stole our boat. I'm not entirely sure. Oh my god, a picture of her with Leo. Oh my god. This guy, does he look familiar? I can't tell. This zombie... No, he has combed back hair, and this guy has straight up hair, shorter hair. I don't know who that guy is though. This guy, for some reason, from the back, he looks a lot like the guy in episode 1, in the very beginning, where he was off to Atlanta, I think, in a motel. He was given the other walkie-talkie, but for some reason he just reminds me of him. But I'm pretty sure there were clues during season 1 where they said that Glenn had died, so I don't know, from the back he just looks much like him with the hat and the kind of longer hair. I don't know, I could be wrong though. Probably am. So yeah, it says here, many months have passed since the events seen in season 1 of The Walking Dead, and Clementine is searching for safety. But what can an ordinary child do to stay alive when the living can be just as bad, and sometimes worse than the dead? As Clementine, you will be tested by situations and dilemmas that will test your morals and instinct for survival. Your decisions and actions will change the story around you in this sequel of 2012's Game of the Year. So yeah, key features, decisions you made in Season 1 and 400 Days will affect your story in Season 2. So one of the things that I'm not entirely sure, I read a lot of people, these were just regular people, obviously the kind of game critics and such realized the importance of 400 Days, especially with the announcement of Season 2 at that point. That 400 Days was kind of a setup for Season 2. It allowed you to not only know the backstory of the upcoming cast, but also just already meet them kind of and already make decisions for them that will change your experience in Season 2. Because at the end of 400 Days, the group already splits up. Some people go with that what was her name? Something with a T. But at least it was the Dark Woman that said she had a camp. They were looking for people, and I believe only 2 of the group decided to go with her. I can't exactly remember which 2. I can look that up now actually. This was my result at the end of 400 Days. Wyatt and Bonnie decided to leave with Tavia, that's her name. I knew it was something with a T. And Russell, God, what was the other names? Or maybe it's this guy actually. It's probably this guy, isn't it? The ex-con. God, I already forgot most of their names. I believe she is Shell, and then she has a little sister as well. And this is Vince, the ex-con, where you had to chop someone's leg off. Hell yeah, that was awesome. So they all stayed at the camp. So you already have kind of this sight into these people, the upcoming cast, which were already together as a group somewhat. You already saw their background story from the earlier days and from the days of the early outbreak and how they ended up at that place or together at the camp. So that's very interesting. Otherwise, you either had to be introduced to these characters during episode 1 of Season 2, which would take a long time to actually know everything that you know about them now. That would probably cost probably an entire episode, and then you wouldn't even know a whole lot about what happened with Clementine. Or they would have scattered it over Season 2, but then that would also, I feel like, take away from what Season 2 probably is. And with the 400 Days, the fact that they were able to put this information about these people in there allows them to be creative in Season 2, I suppose, because these aren't strangers to you anymore. You don't feel like, oh, I don't trust that guy or something. You kind of already, I mean, still there's still this lacking of trust issue, especially as Clementine if you just meet them for the first time. But you as yourself, when you're making these decisions, you already know something about these people. So it kind of helps with making decisions later on, I suppose. But yeah, that was the end of my 400 Days at least. So this obviously has an impact later on in Season 2, whether it's right at episode 1 or just later on. We don't actually know. We just know these people. We don't know when they meet Clementine, if they actually do meet Clementine, whether Clementine goes to that camp or something. Those are obviously all questions that people have, and I'm pretty sure they will be answered at some point during Season 2. So yeah, I feel like especially during Season 2, the zombies, sure, they're scary and everything, but this line in particular where it says, but what can an ordinary child do to stay alive when the living can be just as bad and sometimes worse than the dead? The people in the environment that they are in, because of this undead apocalypse, zombie apocalypse, however you want to call it, people just go to their main instincts, or just everything goes towards wanting to survive, and they don't look at certain things the same way that they would before. Like, for example, oh, it's a child, we have to take care of her or something, or she's lost, or I don't know, they just, people become very self. Zombies aren't going to be the main enemy or the main issue in this season 2. It's mostly gonna be bad people. But yeah, I'm just very excited for season 2. I can't wait. I can't even probably sleep tonight because, well, it's almost here. So yeah, I believe that's all about everything that I have to say. I just can't wait. I know everyone will be playing this, so please just let me know what you guys, your expectations, your feeling towards season 2, going on this journey again, the journey of the undead. This time as Clementine. It feels like you haven't actually missed a whole lot, or that I think season 2 won't feel any different from season 1 because Clementine has been on the entire journey with you as well during season 1, so it won't feel like you're a completely different person, because usually in season 1 as well, when you were playing Lee, you would make choices and most of them would actually be with Clementine in your mind, thinking about, oh, what's good for her, what does she, how do we protect her the best. It was all, or not all, but just mostly about Clementine the entire time. So yeah, being Clementine now doesn't actually change a whole lot, I feel, when you're just playing the game. It just feels a continuation of the story, of course. So yeah, please let me guys know. Your comments would be very much appreciated. Alright, that's it. I hope you guys tune in tomorrow night, somewhere along those lines. Yeah, peace.